This is the first specimen, our Tachyglottis skull. So this is the echidna. Important characteristics of this are the long rostrum. It has very long, slender dentaries. And then the teeth are reduced or absent. This is our first specimen in our Metatheria class, or our marsupials. Important characteristics of this group are the 3/1 incisors, so you can see 3 on the top here and 1 on the lower here. Other characteristics that are important in the Metatheria class, so in all marsupials we have the epipubic bone, which we learned about last lab, and we saw on the kangaroo and the opossum, which we will see the opossum again, but again, these are the epipubic bones and they come off of the pelvic girdle here. And then the last important characteristic between the Eutherian and the Metatherian class is the angular process in the mandible. So if I show this here, this is our Canis skull here, so that's representing our Eutherian mandible. And if we look at the angular process, you can see that it's on the same plane, and it's pretty straight. You can draw a line straight down. And then in our Metatherian class, you can see that the angular process is medially inflected. This is the second specimen that we have in our marsupials. This is Didelphis virginiana, or the Virginia opossum. So this is a New World possum. And then we have our skeleton here. Important characteristics about the skeleton are the epipubic bone, as we saw in the kangaroo. And then we also have a skin of a Didelphis virginiana. Important characteristics for the skull is looking also at the ratio of incisors. So Didelphis has a 5:4 ratio. Sorry, I can't point it out. I'll try to hold it steady. But hopefully you can see that. All right, heading into the first order of Eutheria. So this is our placental mammals. Our first order is Insectivora, which consists of Sauricidae and Talpidae. Talpidae is our moles. We'll get into that in a second. But for the shrews, I just want to note that identifying shrews from the skins is notoriously hard. So you don't need to know these 2 species, all except Sorex palustris, which is our water shrew. If I show you all 5 of these, just know the biggest and the longest tailed one is Sorex palustris. So that's what you should know from Sorex. The skulls of Sorex are also very small and notoriously hard to see, but all you need to know is that if I show you a shrew skull, that you can see, hopefully from this video, that the teeth are pigmented. This is from iron deposits. It's supposed to help wear and tear on the teeth. And so just know that pigmented teeth are shrews. And Blariana here also has pigmented teeth. You don't need to know these though. Blariana is another genus in the shrews, and it is obviously the biggest. There, show them all. This is our Scapanus specimen, which is our mole. It is obviously pretty big. Here's a ruler for size comparison. About 6 inches, has a short stubby tail, and then note the long or forearms that are for digging. This is our Scapanus skull. Note it's much bigger than the shrews, does not possess pigmented teeth. This is the first specimen in order Xenarthra. This is our Tamandua in family Myrmecophagidae. So this is the lesser anteater. This is the skin. Note its powerful claws for digging, its long snout. On the skull, we can note its elongated rostrum for Myrmecophagy, and then teeth are completely absent. So that's for eating ants. The second anteater we have is the greater anteater. We have the whole skeleton here, so you can see that. And same things to note about it. We have the elongated skull or rostrum. It also has no teeth. It's much bigger than the lesser anteater. And it has very powerful forearms for digging. This is our second family in order Xenarthra. So this is Megalonchidae, which has sloths in it. So this is our Chloepus. We have a skeleton, a skin, and a skull. Important characteristics on the skull are the incomplete zygomatic arch and the peg-like teeth, which are ever growing. And the last family in Xenarthra is our Dasypodidae family. So this is our armadillo family. We have our Dasypus skin and skull here. So important characteristics of the skull is the long elongated rostrum. Other things to note about our skeleton is that the zygomatic arch is supposed to be complete. It's just broken on this skull, and then you can see a close-up of the back.